Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over one specific offensive principle in the game of futsal. Specifically, I'm going to talk about maintaining possession. So in the process, we'll explore some things that are similar and some things that are different in futsal versus 11v11 soccer. So without further ado, let's get rolling. So obviously in 11v11 soccer, we talk about passing the ball and then moving. You're not just static once you pass the ball. You have to find space and offer different possibilities for your teammates once you release the ball yourself. And of course, that's not only important in futsal, but I think it's all the more important because the space is that much smaller and because there are less players on the field. And so in futsal, you have one goalkeeper and four on the court, and those four guys, and sometimes even the goalkeeper, have to be comfortable in interchanging roles very quickly. Whereas in 11v11 soccer, that is true to an extent, but not as much as in futsal. So let's go back a little bit, see if we can find a couple of moments to highlight. So just to pause really quick, and the reason you're going to see in futsal that players interchange roles so quickly is because without that sort of fluidity, it's very easy to man mark and essentially mark players out of the game. And in order to avoid that, both teams really, once you see futsal that is of a high quality, you see both teams, whenever they have the ball, they are passing, moving in such a way that you are sort of relinquishing the role that you had a couple of seconds ago and stepping into another role. And without doing that, like I said earlier, it becomes too easy to mark individuals out of the game. So right here we see this player on the right. So it looks like he's the right winger. He passes back to his defender. This defender, number 4, passes to the left winger and runs this way. And all of a sudden, number 4 becomes the left winger. Number 13, who was the right winger, seems to be driving up the middle. Releases the ball to the left winger, who, by the way, moments ago, this man was the left winger, but now it's somebody else. And then number 13, after releasing the ball, is going to stretch the field, and all of a sudden he becomes the forward. He becomes the target man. This individual passes back to number 4. And now number 4 will sprint up to become the target man. So again, the reason this is done is because if you think about it, there's so few individuals on the court that if number 4 were to always stay back and number 9 were always staying forward, it would be a little too easy to mark them out of the game and make them non-factors. So the game of futsal at a high level sort of requires this constant movement and this constant fluidity. Okay, so that concept is easy enough, but it still begs the question, where, if I'm playing futsal, where specifically do I move? Is there a rhyme or reason to the positions in which these guys run? And the answer is yes, but also it's situational. I'm sure that there's some teams that sort of prescribe their movements more than others, but generally speaking, the idea is that once you release the ball, you sprint to offer width and depth to your team. So right here, we're going to see number 4 release the ball, and he is sprinting upward to offer some depth to his team. So much like 11v11 soccer, we're looking to stretch the field as wide as possible and as deep as possible, because that makes it harder on the defenders to defend all that space. So we're going to track different players' movements and see how they stretch the field. Number 13 passes it back, and when he had passed it, he was a little bit more in the center, and as soon as he releases the ball, he sort of curves his run and hugs the sideline a little more, so he's offering some width. Let's go back a little bit. Number 4 passes the ball, and they're going to look to offer some width as well. Number 13 drives up. Number 4 gets the ball again, passes, and makes a quick run to stretch the field. So again, generally you're looking to stretch the field once you release the ball. And if you do not have the ball, then you are somewhat looking to offer a simple option for your teammate who does have the ball. So 13 passes the ball back, gets wide. Number 4 receives the ball and then passes it to his left winger. He's going to stretch the field, but at the same time that he stretches the field wide, number 13 has come back to offer an easy pass to his teammate. And number 4 is doing much the same, so dropping back so as to offer a sort of safety valve. Number 4 releases the ball to number 9, stretches the field, and we notice that this individual is rightly tracking back so as to offer an option, but number 9 chooses to play the ball this way. So there's one more layer or important concept to this idea of pass and move in futsal, and that is the idea of setting up a screen. So in moving about, not only do you want to think about stretching the field and offering, either stretching the field or offering a easy pass to your teammate, you're also looking to do your teammate a solid by blocking a defender that might be pressing them. This is so important in futsal because there's such little space and time to work with that setting up a screen, even if it just gives your teammate a few milliseconds, those milliseconds, as any athlete knows, can be invaluable as far as giving a little bit of extra time to do something productive with the ball. So we're going to examine some of those screens. 13 passes it back. Number 4 passes it to the left winger. And not only does he look to stretch the field, but he's going to set up a screen for his teammate. He does so right there. So the interesting thing about this to me, I think I went back a little bit, but we're just gonna let this play out. Number 4 gets it. He passes the ball to the left winger, and this really shows experience and presence of mind to me, because I think if number 4 had been a little excited or jittery, he would have excitedly sort of sprinted this way to stretch the field. But I think what he noticed was that this Brazilian player was too close to his teammate, too close for comfort. So he sort of changes his course, and he's going to curve his run, set up a screen. And same with this individual who has the presence of mind to identify this player right here as a potential threat to his teammate. And so he does his teammate a solid and sets up a screen right there for him. So that's it for this video. So to summarize, basically we covered an offensive principle, which was to maintain possession, and specifically a very important concept in maintaining possession in futsal is pass and move. And some details in passing and moving in futsal is there has to be fluidity in sort of taking on different roles on the field. So, you might be a left winger, but in the course of a futsal game, you will be a defender, you will be a target man, you'll be a right winger. And the realities of futsal necessitate that flexibility and fluidity, because otherwise it's too easy to mark individuals and to minimize their potential impact on the game. Secondly is, just like in 11v11 soccer, we look to stretch the field, both in width and in depth, because that also makes it harder to defend against. We're looking to offer easy passes to our teammates on the ball. And so while one of our teammates might stretch the field, another teammate might look to, run back a little bit, drop back, or even run around his teammate to offer them an easy releasing of the ball. And then finally, in the process of stretching the field or moving off the ball, you want to look for opportunities to set up a screen, and in doing so, buy your teammate with the ball more time to do something productive with the ball. Super important concept in futsal. So that's it for today. Hope you found this video to be valuable. Look out for more videos about both offensive and defensive principles in futsal and outdoor soccer. Thanks, and have a good one.